The next crackdown, in fact, will be on real estate. Reportedly, the government will be focusing on the black money in real estate, and an announcement is expected in the budget on real estate reforms. Tougher scrutiny of money laundering in commodities, gold, silver investments will also come under the radar. Davina Gupta is with us. Davina, give us more on this. Give us more details. This was on expected lines. One had heard, whispers earlier before.
Absolutely, Avantika. In fact, we can tell you that there were announcement expectations from the Prime Minister's New Year's Eve address as well, that there could be another round of crackdown. But from top sources in the Finance Ministry, we're given to understand that it's the budget where they would be addressing the concerns and the real estate black money being parked there. Already, there's been a Benami Property Act, which has been implemented since November 1st to crack down on the money that's been stashed away, illegal money that's been stashed away in real estate. Also, interestingly, commodities on radar, because gold and silver investments will now be scrutinized going ahead as well. And if there's illegal money that's been stashed away in making these investments, evading taxes and instead going in for commodity purchases of gold and silver will be on radar. So it's physical assets one has to look at, be it real estate, be it gold, be it silver, that will be next on radar for the government after the currency that's been demonetized, after the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes that have been declared illegal in the coming days and that have been denotified till now. The focus will shift now from the currency, from the stock markets now to the physical assets of real estate, gold and silver, and we'll be expecting an announcement along the budget as well.
Okay, stay with me. We also have with us Rajiv Dubey, Managing Editor of Business Today. Rajiv, the real estate sector particularly has felt the pinch ever since the Prime Minister's crackdown on black money through demonetization. What do you make of this bit of news that has just come about?
Well, really, I mean, if you look at it, the attack so far has been on black money part of it. Which is now of the deposits. I think the government has announced that it's going to be keeping a close eye on between 4 lakh crore to 6 lakh crore of the 14.5 lakh crore that has come into the banking system, and those will be investigated further. So that's black money part of it. The next attack, I guess, has to be black wealth, which is where most of the black money had been put in. And this is really in gold, is in silver, is in properties, real estate and things like that. So this is inevitable. It has to, if the government is serious about black money and black wealth, both have to be captured in some form or the other.
Absolutely. Just stay with me, Rajiv. We also have another caller now, Daryl, who calls us from Gurgaon. Daryl, thanks so much for speaking to us. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you take a call from me?
Yes, we are speaking to you. We are speaking to you. Go ahead. Tell us what are you experiencing on the ground? How has the last 50 days been for you?
Yeah, madam, actually, it's a very fantastic decision and very useful decision by Prime Minister Modi. But fantastic goal to achieve and all those things. But only thing, implementation has been quite little bad because of the number of notes are not available. So, okay, it's a big thing they are doing, but in that process there will be some hiccups. It's understandable. But the only thing is, for the next move, what they are doing, whatever they are going to do for the real estate, Benami property and all, let them plan properly so that the hurdles for the customers or people are very much reduced. Few things cannot be we cannot avoid certain inconveniences, but many things could have been avoided. Even in the black money demonetization, they could have printed notes. They could have printed notes well in advance. 1,500 itself, they could have printed different color notes, and that could have reduced the. Then they would have announced the demonetization. It would have reduced the hurdles for them.
Right, Daryl. Thanks so much for joining us. So the apprehensions also coming in from a few people on the ground on the faulty implementation. We're getting in some breaking news right now that the Congress Vice President has once again attacked the Prime Minister, and in the latest he has posted 5 questions for the government. Taking to Twitter, he said, and I quote, amount of black money recovered after 8th November. So he's asking the government how much is the black money that they have recovered after the 8th of November. He has talked about the economic loss to the nation and the number of jobs that have also been lost as a result of that very bold move. He's asked how many people have died as a result of demonetization and have they been given compensation? That's one question that he has put across as well. He's even asked who all did the Prime Minister consult on demonetization and why were experts, economists and the Reserve Bank of India not consulted, and who all deposited more than 25 lakh rupees in bank accounts. Supriya Bharadwaj is with us. Supriya, once again, Rahul Gandhi sharpening his attack on the last day of the demonetization deadline, and there's no stopping him from asking those questions to the government and the Prime Minister.
Well, Avantika, this is a part of the Congress strategy. What we are seeing right now is that Congress Vice President has tweeted these questions and saying that India is waiting for the answers. Following this, within an hour or so, we are going to hear from former Finance Minister, Mr. P. Chidambaram. There's a special press conference which is going to take place in the national capital today. And also the Congress party is coming up with these 8 demand lists which is going to be put out before the people. They are saying that when the Prime Minister is going to make those big announcement tomorrow evening, that is the New Year's Eve, they want some of the demands to be met, and they're saying that the PM should not just turn a blind eye to the demands that they are putting forward. Rather, the PM should answer the 5 questions that their Vice President is keeping before the nation, and at the same time also implement some of the demands which the principal opposition party will be putting, which includes giving compensation to the farmers as well as the wage labourers, increasing the days of the Manrega workers, and at the same time some compensation and as well as interest to the people whose money was deposited in 53 crore bank accounts. This is what the Congress party at the time is maintaining. As far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, Avantika, it's part of a long drawn strategy. We have seen as to how on the foundation day, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi had read a charter where he had kept these 5 questions and at the same time also had put 5 demands before the Prime Minister in connection with the demonetization. Today we are seeing that this is just a step forward. Again, a demand list have been kept forward, and this is what the Congress party is saying that the Prime Minister has to answer.
Okay, and we're also getting in a lot of callers. We have with us another caller from Chennai, Samir, who joins us now. Samir, please go ahead and tell us how has your experience been in the last 50 days? The demonetization deadline ends today. Are things only getting better or have they only worsened?
Let me tell you one thing. First of all, demonetization, I think it was the best, one of the good steps, but they haven't planned well. However, let us think about the rural places in India, not the Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Delhi. Let's think about the rural places. Let's go there and check how people are suffering. People are not getting even 50 bucks or 100 bucks, not even a single rupee a day. They're suffering a lot. News channel, be it any channel, you guys are just concentrating on the urban area where people have good electricity, good cashless economy system. How about the rural areas in India where they don't even know the meaning of ATM, they don't even know how credit card works or ATM works. Let's concentrate on that. We people live in metro cities and we have no issues, any kind of demonetization. So let's think about the rural places in India where people are suffering a lot. People are dying there. So let's definitely ask the PM Modi ji to give us the 5 questions which Rahul Gandhi is asking for. Because I'm not supporting Rahul Gandhi.
Yes.
But the fact that people are suffering, that's where I'm into.
All right.
So let's think about it.
Absolutely, Samir. Thanks so much for joining us. We also have with us from Bengaluru, India today is Nolan Pinto. Nolan, what have you been able to gather from the people in the city? Are they, there's a lot of appreciation coming in from cities down south, but there's also a lot of cynicism. There's also a lot of nervousness ahead of the Prime Minister's big speech that's going to happen tomorrow.
Well, you have actually hit the nail right at the spot. There is a lot of criticism and there is also a lot of appreciation. Let me put it this way. People are extremely happy with the step that he took. And because of that, they all say that as Indians, we will not do anything when we are requested to. The Prime Minister has been talking about going digital for almost a year now and no one bothered to do so. But as of now, they have no go and hence have to do it. Say a few hours ago, I went to certain places and I actually saw even your small shops. You're talking about your juice centers, you're talking about the tea shops, the cobbler, all have Paytm facilities along with them. So that is the situation over here. I have with me a student over here who I'd like to speak to. the Prime Minister, there's a lot of apprehensions because the Prime Minister will be addressing the nation tomorrow on his New Year's Eve speech. What do you expect? What do you think should he do now?
Well, the most spiced up story of the season is demonetization. I definitely believe that he would speak on that. And apart from that, I hope that 2017 would be a fresh start because in 2016 we saw a lot of curfews and a lot of deaths, especially our soldiers and all. So as much as eagerly, I'm waiting to know what he's going to do because Binami property is there and gold restrictions are there. So what is his next move? How is he going to curb this?
All right. So this is what citizens, most of the citizens, you're talking about the student itself here, coming out with these apprehensions. They want to see what's the next step of the Prime Minister. You started with demonetization. Yes. Don't stop there. We want to see the Prime Minister going the complete length. Okay,
Rajiv, the faulty implementation of this ambitious political gamble by the government may be criticized, but there has been an increase in digital transactions as well. So let's just quickly, if you can give us a synopsis of the benefits of demonetization.
Well, yes, if you look at it, if you look at just the digital transactions, we believe that NEFT, which was already a very large base, has gone up by 16% in this period. Things like credit and debit card transactions, which was again a very large base, has gone up by 35%. But smaller base transactions like wallets, USSD, and UPI, they have gone up by 42%, 1000% for USSD, but that was a really small base because it is just started. And UPI, again a very small base, is up 500%. So there has been, there have been consequences, but there have also been some gains from demonetization. This is the kind of push to digital transactions which may not have been possible in 1, 2, 3 years.
Yes, absolutely. We'll go straight across now to India Today's correspondent Parveena as well. Just tell us, what is the sense that you're getting from the people as the deadline ends today?
Well, Avantika, what the sense which we get on the D-Day, the 30th December, is first things have in front of banks and the ATMs, things are back to normalcy. People are pretty calm, and the queues are shorter and thinner. As far as across the Delhi, that's not the sense we get across Delhi. This is just the central part of Delhi what I'm talking about. The north, west and outer Delhi still suffers of insufficient cash. There are several ATMs which are still locked and shut, and hence people from far-flung places come to central Delhi because they expect, they hope that at least few ATMs in the central part of Delhi works and they come here. Third, most of them are hoping some New Year gift or some kind of relief on the withdrawal limit from Prime Minister Modi's speech tomorrow. They said if nothing, this speech or this time he should do something for the common man. We have contributed our bit. Now we want him to contribute his bit by relieving the withdrawal limit. That's what the people say here.
All right, Parveena. Thanks so much for joining us. All eyes fixed on the Prime Minister's speech for tomorrow. Let's see what's in store as the new year begins as well. We'll have to wrap things here in this bulletin.